The Wendy Williams Show. And now, here's our special guest hosts, Bevy Smith, AJ Gibson, Elizabeth Wagmeister, and Devyn Simone.
Together, shall we? 1, 2, 3. How you doing? I'm Devyn Simone, matchmaker and host of MTV's The Challenge Aftermath. And also joining us today, thank you, we have best-selling author and the fabulous Bevy Smith. Best-selling author of Revelations. And also joining us, we have the host of The Morning Beat on Channel Q. It is AJ Gibson. So dapper, AJ. So fly. And we have chief correspondent at Variety and co-host of the new weekly series, The Take. It is Elizabeth Wagmeister. All right, you guys, let's get into some hot topics, shall we? Okay. So Adele had a big primetime special last night. She sang a mix of her biggest hits and some new songs from her upcoming album. What did you guys think?
I thought it was a tour de force. I mean, Adele brought it. She was at the Griffin Observatory, and it was grandeur, it was fabulous, and it was Hollywood at its best.
Yes.
I mean, and I have to say, though, I thought she looked incredibly beautiful. But for me, I do want to see Adele dress a little younger. She's in her early 30s, and so I would like her to look a little less Mother of the Bride, and I want her to look a little more like sultry or slutty bridesmaid. That's the only thing. I think she looks amazing. She's a beautiful woman.
She is a beautiful woman, and while I usually agree with you on the sultry and or slutty bridesmaid thing, Bev, I feel like she is doing old Hollywood glamour in a way that we don't get to see in this generation very often.
To your point, I could not agree more with Devyn. I love slutty and sultry. Don't get it twisted. But to your point, Devyn, I watched, and I'm from Los Angeles, and watching the Griffith Observatory and seeing like the star-studded event and seeing the cityscapes and the Hollywood sign in the background and the sunset. Oh my God, the sunset looked like your top. But to me, it was peak Adele. And every time I think we get peak Adele, she peaks again. So who knows? But I just thought it was so glamorous and beautiful.
It was, and I guess it's my turn to weigh in on slutty and sultry. That's like what we're doing. No, I thought Adele looked beautiful. I feel like that is not even up for debate. But I agree with you, AJ. Cinematically, this was one of the most stunning things I've ever seen on TV. And what I loved about this is it's very rare in the age of streaming for everybody to get excited to tune in. And I feel like Sunday night Twitter was blowing up. Everybody was watching this. But I have to tell you guys, I have some inside scoop.
Of course you do.
The
business of show business, Liz.
That's what we do. It's what we do. So I spoke to someone who was actually there for this taping. And here's the crazy thing. I heard from them the night this was filming and didn't even know what it was. And then when I watched and saw last night, I texted them and I said, wait, this was the Adele show you were at? And they said it was the most insane thing. Everywhere you turn, there was a celebrity, there was an A-lister. They said it was the most incredible night. And here's a little fun fact. So you know how Adele gave Lizzo that shout out from the stage? Well, apparently what happened, and this is not to be shady, it's a fun moment. Apparently she actually arrived a little late. And that's why Adele gave her a shout out. But obviously it was a friendly, fun moment and they loved it. No, not at all. She was like, Lizzo, you're here.
Right, and Adele, she also sat down with Oprah in Oprah's beautiful garden for one of those infamous Oprah
in the Rose Garden,
darling. In the Rose Garden.
Right across from the tea room.
Right from the tea room, exactly. She talks about putting her son's happiness over her own. That's powerful. AJ, what do you think about what she said?
This one hit for me really hard. You know, I come from a divorced family. My parents got divorced when I was 8 or 9, and I was actually just in Cincinnati, Ohio this weekend celebrating my dad's 70th birthday. Shout out Gibby, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad.
And he and I have come a long, long way. It took him a lot of years to understand the queerness of me and my relationship. So we've come a long way, and it's beautiful to celebrate. But as a child of divorced parents, I think that the thing I'm more proud of my mother than anything else in her life, from my perspective, is that she had the courage to leave my dad.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying when I was a little kid, there was a moment where I was eating my cereal and watching cartoons, and I was taking a break, and I was plugging my ears because they were arguing. And that still to this day, I get emotional talking about it in my 40s. And she said, that's the moment I knew. And that's not an easy choice.
No.
To try to
No,
break up a
definitely.
family like that. She's got Angelo to think of, and
That's a lot of what Adele was talking about. She
Yeah.
said it wasn't easy. She felt really tortured about being selfish, but she realized that she had to do self-preservation so she could be the best mom for her son. And she said that she didn't want him, she didn't want him to grow up one day and to resent her for not living her life to the fullest.
Absolutely.
Also, I have to say this. No, her talking to Oprah about something like that was really poignant because, as we all know, Oprah has made the choice not to be married.
Right.
But she goes against the grain of what every woman in the world is taught. You get grown, you get married, you have kids, and Oprah has not done that.
Right.
And now Adele has said, you know what? I bought into that fairy tale kind of fantasy of
And
this
she's-
nuclear
yeah.
family, and I bucked the system.
She's taking
So
it
good
into
for
her own hands.
Yeah.
And what I think is cool, too, is she's not saying you have to do it one way or the other, because she actually helped a man pull off an epic wedding proposal during her debut of the Divorce album. She helped someone pull off an epic wedding proposal.
So good.
That was so good. And there was one moment that she said, her name is Ashley, and congratulations to Quentin and Ashley, by the way. There was one moment when Ashley turns and says, "Who are these people?"
And then she realized it was every superstar known to man.
Every superstar known to
But
man.
can we just give a shout out to Ashley for having all that arty?
Yes.
I mean, did you see
Right.
the girl's body?
All day.
She's slaying.
She did a full squat in
Yeah, she did
heels.
full squat and heels. She's my kind of girl. She also said, in the middle of that, she said, "I've been your girlfriend for so long," because they've been together for 7 years.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I've been your girlfriend for so long." She was crying. She was so emotional. But we were laughing because we felt like Ashley was more into her ring than
Yes.
into Adele
Yes.
singing to her.
Or her ring
She
and
kept
Lizzo.
looking at her.
She did. She kept looking the whole time.
She was excited to see Lizzo, I think.
I'm on Team Ashley because I feel like on Twitter everybody was saying like, what man is going to be able to one up this? I have to say, I love Adele. I would be pissed. I'd be like, take me to an Adele concert. Don't propose to me at an Adele concert. She opens her eyes. She's like, who are these people? I don't know them. I want to look at the ring. I want to look at my
Well, I want to tell you,
fiance.
I've been with my partner now for 9 years. We're engaged. We're getting married in June.
Where did you propose?
So,
Where did you propose?
Okay to do.
fun fact, I had a big proposal plan. This Emil, oh, he's so gorgeous. I love him. But
We love you, Emil.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
But we were planning. Actually, I was talking with the producers here a couple of years ago about doing it on the air or doing something big because he wanted something big. He's very extra, right? And then the pandemic happened. And so I was like, okay, so I held on for like a year, and then I proposed over Zoom last year with our parents on a Zoom on Christmas morning. But I look at this and I'm like, oh wow, I really
Yeah.
could have gone bigger.
But the thing
like
is,
a lot bigger.
you did big. He said yes. It was exactly what needed to be. And I think we can all agree that both Ashley and Emil had better days than Jen Shaw last night on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I mean,
That
I don't
transition
know
right there
if
was
you
everything.
guys saw that, but it was last night's episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was everything that Law and Order, SVCUB, ABCD, EFG
All of them.
has ever attempted to be. Jen Shaw got arrested for fraud. She's allegedly involved in a telemarketing scheme that scammed hundreds of people. And last night, we saw what happened when the cops, and not just the cops, Homeland Security, the NYPD,
Yeah.
the FBI,
Yeah, it was
caught
crazy.
up with her. Oh, Lord. What are you, thoughts, Bevy?
I
Thoughts?
mean, just the disingenuousness of the women in the caravan being like, "Oh my God, Jen!" They cannot stand each other. First of all, crocodile tears.
Heather Gay, I think, likes Jen Shaw.
Whatever, barely. You know these people on these shows. And then the other thing is, I want Jen to be arrested for wearing box braids because I mean,
That's the real crime.
that's the crime.
That's the real crime.
Cultural appropriation, darling.
Elizabeth, what do you think about it all?
Okay, so I have to say, I am a huge fan of Salt Lake. I think it is the best new entree into the world of the Housewives. I am not a fan of Jen Shaw, and I was not a fan of her before this because I thought her drama on season 1 was so phony and fake. So here's the thing. At least this is real drama.
Right.
I mean, you know, I feel like this is kind of the best thing to happen to her for the sake of the storyline. But I don't want to completely make light of this because this is a real crime that impacts other people's lives. And we have seen the Housewives take on many criminals, you know? I mean, Teresa, she got like a jailhouse special for her situation. Then we have Erica Jane on Beverly
I think
Hills.
if anybody's happy about this, it's Erica Jane. So she's
It's
no
taking
longer
the
the
heat
most
off her.
Wait,
notorious.
did you guys see that meme? There's a meme on Twitter. There is a meme on Twitter of someone handing the baton. It's literally a still from a track race, and it said Erica Jane passing the baton to
I'll say
Jen
this.
Shaw.
So I host a morning talk show, The Morning Beat, 5 days a week. It's incredible. It's a radio show. It's fun, right? I'm gonna plug it.
Shameless plug, AJ.
But my best friend and co-host, Michaela Gordon, has been telling me for 2 years to watch this one. It's the only cast I don't watch. I watch every other one religiously, right? And so as we were preparing for this yesterday, we get sent screeners a little bit ahead of time so we could watch Adele and this. Thank you, Norman, for the screener, by the way, wherever you are. Shout out to Norman. So I fly into New York City yesterday afternoon, and I'm like laying in my hotel room on my little laptop, and I'm like, fine, I'll watch it. I'm hooked.
And
it's
you haven't
so
even-
good. It's everything you could ever want from a single episode of a reality
Here's the
show,
thing,
all packed
you
into
haven't
one.
even seen Mary M. Crosby yet.
Oh,
you
no, I know
really
about
need to
Mary.
get. You need to get into
She's
Mary.
the one married.
Norman knows.
The one married to her grandpa.
The one who's married to her step grandpa. Got to get into Mary M. Crosby. But I want to know, you guys. So with this, and we were kind of talking about it. Should they fire Jen?
If she is found guilty, she must be fired because this is not a victimless crime. They swindled thousands of elderly working class people.
Yes.
Allegedly. Thousands of elderly working class people. People who are like on fixed incomes, Social Security checks, pensions. They swindled them. So if that's the case, you gotta fire her.
I agree with
Stay on the show.
Bevy, like I always do, I agree with you 100%. I just spoke about Teresa, but there is a difference here. Teresa and her husband, that impacted their family. But this, if Jen Shaw is found guilty, this impacts others and the lives of others. So that is something that, yes, it's drama, it's a reality show, but the network really should take a hard look.
Here's the thing,
and say
as an
what's right,
avid
what's
fan,
wrong.
not a 2-episode watcher, no shade, AJ. As an avid fan, though, this is, for anybody who's ever said reality TV is fake, we get that this is real, and she is the show because Mary M. Crosby gives us a certain level of hilariousness, but not enough to carry a season. So, like, I don't want her to have hurt people, but I also kind of want to watch it. I also want her to say, also want to point out that she was accused of her, someone in her entourage shoplifting. We got a lot of extra tea that someone in her entourage apparently took a handbag from Meredith's,
a green
clutch. It didn't seem that cute, but took a handbag and then was caught on tape and brought it back. And then Jen was on Twitter last night. It was a mess, child.
And then she's also, and allegedly she's red flagged at Louis Vuitton because she always pays in
Dumas
cash.
said that it wasn't about Jen. So they're saying someone's been red flagged because if you pay cash too often at Louis Vuitton, they're gonna be like, they up to something that's not right.
No,
Prices are high.
also,
but Dumas said it wasn't about Jen.
Do you know how
Shaw.
I pay for things at Louis Vuitton?
I don't.
because I don't shop there, because I don't make that kind of money. So.
You know, Devyn, I know that we're like the avid Housewives watchers here.
Yes.
You know, Jen Shaw also doesn't own the home.
Oh, we knew that.
That is on the show.
One of them, I
So
think, went on Airbnb or something. We know. We know
she pretends like she does.
She does pretend. Someone else that's being accused, and this is a very serious topic, but some people think they're pretending to know less than maybe what they did. And this is sort of the fallout and the story of what happened with Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival that happened. So the death toll is now up to 10. 10 people have lost their lives. And now the attention is really turning to who's at fault. There's been several lawsuits filed already against everyone from Live Nation to Travis Scott to Drake even, because Drake was a guest performer that night. What do you guys think about all of this?
Elizabeth, I mean, you know, we talked about this, about the fact that, you know, there have been so many concerts where people have gotten killed and everything, you know, over the years, starting with, you know, the Rolling Stones. They had a big famous concert called Monterey where people were killed. It's gone on for decades, it's not new, unfortunately. So I think we have to look at the system of concerts overall and concert goers and like the protection and the safety of folks who attend.
Right, okay, I'm gonna say something. Some people are not gonna like it, but we always keep it real here, right? So I 1,000% agree with you, and obviously this isn't new. There has been a history, but two things that were alarming to me, two red flags. One, when we saw the footage, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's footage before the concert even starts of his fans rushing the gate. There had to be several injuries from that. There just had to be in watching it. It was daylight. People hadn't even been drinking it. Like, that was already a red flag. We need to rethink some things. There's the tape right there before we even get to the concert. The other thing that was a flag for me, and again, no shade to Travis, I like his music, but Travis actually has a history of verbally encouraging fans. He's been charged before with verbally encouraging fans to do things that buck the system, including fans getting injured. There was a fan that was on a balcony and he's like, oh, I dare you to jump. Like, these kind of things have ramifications.
Well, it's what the experience is about for his concert goers. They expect that sort of experience. I think you hit the nail on the head, Bevy. You're talking about like the system. And we're finding so much nowadays, we're seeing that these systems are failing people. Yeah. I mean, let's just keep in mind, there are 10 lives lost, like 10 human souls.
And many injured, like
and countless families affected by this, and that is so devastating. And I don't know that it all falls completely on Travis Scott. I don't think it does. I think there's some culpability there, and I think that a larger conversation has to be had about the security. The reports that the fire department was not allowed to do proper walkthroughs ahead of time, and how many people are allowed into a space. I'm too old for a mosh pit. I don't get into that. I don't do that no more. It's just all unfortunate all the way around. I hope there are some new regulations. I know that doesn't sound like a fun word. I hope there are regulations.
But it's a real word. There needs to be. Apparently, the security wasn't even fully equipped. There was a nurse who got injured allegedly and was then helping the other medics help these people that were getting hurt. Like, no one was prepared for something that they at least should have been more intentional and thoughtful about.
Yes, and you know, as AJ said, great point. But as AJ said, first and foremost, 10 lives were lost and so many injured. So our hearts go out to everyone that is affected. That's the first thing that needs to be discussed.
Wags, I want to know, because we kind of talked about this too, and you being the insider in the TV world, how do you think this will affect the Kardashian brand? Because some people are saying it's going to affect sales of the beauty products and their new show. What do you think?
Well, I'm really glad you brought that up because, first of all, the lives are what we need to remember. That's the first issue. People should not be worrying about lip kits and skims and how they're gonna do. The Kardashian and the Jenner family, they're going to be fine.
Every single life lost is younger than all of us. They had their entire lives ahead of them. There's a 9-year-old child. I mean, it's tragic.
It's so tragic. So to talk about, you know, what does this mean for the Kardashians? It's a little trivial, but they are obviously a huge brand and a huge business. And I have seen a lot of discussion saying that, you know, Kylie was getting heat because she was posting from the show. Here's the thing, the family has all sent out their condolences. I am sure they are horrified, shocked, and devastated. So I think to point the finger at them is really wrong. Kylie, I will bet on my life that if she knew that people were being injured, she would not have been filming it. You have to also keep in mind, also for Travis Scott, when you are on stage, when there are all those lights, it's very hard to see what's going on. So could more have been done at the venue? 100%. But is this one person's fault? No. So I think to point fingers and to place blame, gotta be really careful.
Yeah. All right, you guys, well, we've got more great show. Up next, Britney's legal battle is over, and we have the latest. So go grab a snack and come on back.
Welcome back, lovers. Britney Spears is a free woman, free at last. Hallelujah. Her 13-year conservatorship finally came to an end on Friday after a judge ruled it unnecessary. Amen, right? Now, Britney says it was the best day ever. And I know who else had the best day ever. It was my girl, Elizabeth Wagmeister, who's a super fan of Britney Spears. But you were also at the courthouse covering this for Variety, yes?
I was, Bevy.
Do tell, spill the tea, girl.
Okay, so as you said, you know, I have been a lifelong fan of Britney, and I have been covering this case for months for Variety. So I've been at the courthouse for every single hearing. They have gone from bad to a bit better, to a bit better, and now finally, Britney is free. So I was inside the courtroom, I was outside, I was interviewing fans. First of all, one thing that I want to say, and I've said this in all of my reporting, is the Free Britney movement, they are a huge reason why this happened, okay? So without this movement, I don't know if Britney would have been free, and she knows that. She's been thanking her fans. I've interviewed so many of them. They are so passionate. They were so determined. They knew before anyone else, and they were called conspiracy theorists, but they knew. They knew it was going on. So let me tell you, inside the courtroom, the judge ruled that this was unnecessary, but her attorney, Matthew Rosengart, did say that she'll have a safety net. That is the phrase that he used. So she's obviously been living under this bizarre court-ordered arrangement for nearly 14 years. Now she goes back into the real world. Well, she is still going to have an accountant that helps her with her finances, and she's also going to have a woman by the name of Jody Montgomery, who is her temporary conservator, helping her and just working with her. So she'll have some consultants that support her. They all want the best for her, and she wants to work with them as well.
Yeah, and because, you know, she missed her entire 30s. She's not been an adult. She's not been allowed to be an adult. She missed her entire 30s. Can you imagine? It's like insane.
And I can only imagine sort of coming back in. It's almost, I feel like it's being like locked up, or you know when people are in prison and then they come out and they're like, oh, we don't use VCRs anymore. I feel like
Wait, what?
It's sort of we don't.
We don't?
Yeah, time capsule, because she's, even though we've seen her on social media, she's sort of been kept from all of these different things, and life has changed a lot in 10 years, in 13 years.
In 3 years, a lot of life has changed.
Right.
Listen, I feel like I can speak for every gay man of a certain age in this country. Britney feels personal to me. Like, she feels like Beyonce's my queen. I love Gaga, I love Barbara, I love Cher, I love them all, right? I could kiki with Taylor, but Britney feels personal to me. Like, right? Baby One More Time. I went to Catholic school. When that video came out, I was in high school. I was that age. And so I miss her. And I want more music from her. I want to see her perform again. But also, I want her to be a strong, confident woman more than anything. So that if she never steps on a stage again, I'm okay with it. I just wanted her to be happy, and this makes me so happy.
Yeah. Yes. and you know, something that I want to add. So I agree with you, AJ. Whatever Britney wants to do, she should do. And for the first time in almost 14 years, she can do it.
Yes, exactly.
But Bevy, she said that she wants a baby. And you know, she's now engaged, so she might get married. But the one point I really want to make is Britney has been a tabloid magnet her whole life. She's been swarmed by the paparazzi. I really hope that the paparazzi, that the tabloids lay off and just let her
Learn
be.
their lesson.
The media needs to take a look at themselves. People who consumed all of these nasty stories need to take a look at themselves. We need to let her be free, and let her live her life.
Amen. Yeah. Well, you know, Britney is back, but so is Sex in the City. Come on. Devyn. You know, the series is a series, and it's not actually called Sex in the City. It's called And Just Like That. And Devyn?
I said it should be And Just Like That, We Found Somebody Black, because the trailer looks like, if y'all didn't watch it before, there was rarely any black people in it. I don't know how that happens in New York City.
Right.
And now in the trailer, we see a lot. Shout out to Nicole Ari Parker, looking fly as always, queen. But let's be real, and just like that, we found somebody black, because that's really what
I hear that, and I totally respect that. I think also it depends on how you watch the show. As a queer person, I watched the show, and may he rest in peace, Willie Garson. It feels so good to see him, you know, ending his career, and unfortunately his life going back to where, you know, we all fell in love with him. But to see like Mario Cantone and see Sarah Ramirez, like to see like this queer representation, for me,
it feels. Always had queer representation.
But not Sarah though. Like they had two gay men.
I know, but honey, but they had no black representation, so it's like, okay.
Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
We had two gay men on the show.
Yeah.
No black people that
in
were
New
regulars.
York City.
City.
It was very Real Housewives of New York.
I think that's why I probably related to it as a young age, because I don't think I was thinking about those things back then, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully there's more diversity on the show as it unfolds.
Well, you know, there's diversity that we're seeing in age, of course, because Sarah Jessica Parker recently clapped back at haters who commented on her wrinkles and her gray hair, and she's saying it's misogynistic. Does she have a point? I certainly think she has a point.
I think she has a point. I don't think that's fair at all, and I think that picture of her when she's just meeting with friends, not wearing makeup, like, give the woman some room to be a woman, to be human. All of us in here have gone out without makeup. Y'all should have seen what I rolled in here looking like this morning. It wasn't this.
You look good,
I don't. Thank you. They're lying.
You did look really cute this morning.
But I think that if she didn't show her age on the show, people would be talking about them, being like, that's not real life. And now that they are showing their age on the show, people are talking about them because, I think the people that are criticizing are doing so because they don't want to look at the fact that they're aging themselves. I mean...
So the thing with Sex and the City is it was really credited as being one of the first shows to really show female independence. And yes, it's about romance, but also about career and female friendship. And now I think what's really important about doing this new chapter is before they were in their 30s, but now it's showing them in their 50s. And still in 2021, it is still rare just to show liberated women going through ups and downs in their 50s.
Yes.
But I completely agree with Sarah Jessica Parker that it is misogynistic. And I have to tell you at Variety, from the second that we announced this project and put out the poster and put out the trailer, our comments are not about the show, they're about the women's appearance.
Yeah,
and I am
about their
sick
appearance, yeah.
and tired of that.
Yes.
And in the words of Bevy Smith,
It gets greater later, baby.
Well, she actually, Bevy, she talked about.
Jessica Parker, yeah. And you know, here's the thing. That picture that they keep showing was her having lunch with Andy Cohen in their neighborhood. They live in the West Village, hanging out as pals. So why would she be all glitz and glammed up?
Although you had lunch with Andy Cohen that
Right?
same week, and were you glitz and glammed up?
I was.
Of course you were.
Bevy always.
You know, black girls with a mama like mine, shout out to Geraldine, you know, we always gotta be suited and booted and done and good, you know, glammed
But
up.
she did talk about Andy. She did talk about Andy Cohen, though, and she talked about this because she's a good friend of hers. She said, listen, Andy Cohen's a silver fox and everybody loves it. I let my hair go gray a few years ago. I've been gray since I was 17, full transparency.
Wow.
And I dyed it until a few years ago. And the second I dyed it, thank you, that's the response I always get, though. And women are not afforded the exact same response at all. They have to look a certain way. And I'm aging as I age, and I'm getting more work. So it's a double standard for sure.
It is, and I loved what Sarah Jessica Parker had to say, not just about why does my friend Andy Cohen get to be a silver fox and be applauded, but she had a quote that was something to the effect of, what do you want me to do? Just stop aging? Like, I literally can't stop. Do you want me to disappear? I am here, I am existing, I'm thriving. I loved what she had to say.
Yeah. And you know who else is thriving? Taylor Swift. She has everyone talking about her ex, Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh my God. You know, the two briefly dated in 2010, but you could not tell based on Taylor's 10-minute long performance on SNL this weekend. And she did this song called All Too Well. And it is not, it's a takedown of Jake Gyllenhaal in the relationship. Allegedly.
The performance was longer than the relationship.
Exactly. Right,
Basically.
exactly.
I had to think back and remember, oh wait, those two dated? It wasn't even a blip on my radar.
Oh, I
And now
remembered it.
Everybody's talking about
But do we think that that's fair to Jake? Because it did happen about 10 years ago, and now she's dredging it up in this really big song, All Too Well.
Is it fair? No. Is she making money off of it? Yes. So they like, girl.
All fair in love and art.
Right.
I think it is fair. If you date Taylor Swift, you better know she's going to write about you, okay?
yes.
She is an artist. She is a songwriter. She is, first of all, she's in her early 30s. She is a young woman who came up in front of the world in her teens and in her 20s. And what she writes about is her romantic life.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
That's what she does.
We can't celebrate Adele and in the same show drag Taylor Swift. They're both doing the same thing in
I
their own
want
way.
to drag it. I think it's just funny that 10 years later, like we've all had those relationships. She was what, around 21 when she dated, because she talks about in the song when she dated, you know,
Well, he
dated
didn't show up
Jake
for her
Gyllenhaal.
21st birthday.
He didn't show up for her 21st, and allegedly the real thing, and we've talked about this, Wags, is the scarf. Scarf gate. So she talks about it in the song. She left a scarf at the sister's house, never got it.
Gyllenhaal, the very prominent actress.
Never got the scarf back, and now we want to know who has the scarf and where is it?
Honestly, Devyn, this is the biggest
It's a real
mystery of
thing.
2021.
Y'all think I'm lying? Go on the internet and Google
Imagine if
Taylor
Maggie-
scarf.
No, if Maggie showed up on a red carpet premiere or something, had the scarf on, could
Right,
you just
but that would be
imagine?
so good.
It's like Ryan Murphy, we need American Crime Story. Where's the scarf? That's what we need. That's what we need. But I just want to point out that in addition to the 10-minute show on SNL, which was so great, Taylor also created a short film for the song. She wrote it, she directed it. There was a big premiere here in New York City. They passed out tissues to fans when they were walking in.
Lord.
Jake has to be hating this, though.
I
feel like
mean-
he's
But
not.
you know who's loving it? John Mayer. John Mayer, because before Jake Gyllenhaal, she was dragging him through the mud about their relationship.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But the weird thing to me is that I could say a lot more about Taylor Swift, but I think we want to talk about I Love Lucy, yes? No? No?
I
Oh,
do.
we don't have
No?
time. I'm bummed.
Oh, no, but I will say this. Would you like to be held accountable for choices you made when you were 21 years old dating?
Absolutely not.
Oh, no, but Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't 21.
he
He
was
was
older.
29 years old, and he was dating a 21-year-old girl and breaking her heart.
And what was your favorite line in Taylor's song?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Where she said that I got older, but the girls you date stayed the same age.
The shade.
Well, his girlfriend now is what, 15 years younger than him?
Yeah, it's
Currently?
insane.
Oh.
It's insane. Well, up next, lovers, Trendy Wendy. It's time for Trendy Wendy. Please welcome our friend Melissa Garcia.
Good morning. How are you?
Baby, tell us about these awesome deals.
Yeah, so of course, Rue La La gives us all these amazing products, starting with this awesome bag. How gorgeous is this? So this is from
good.
Casey Jagger, and it's their double pouch crossbody bag. Now, I love a crossbody,
Me too.
hands-free, there's nothing better. But what's great about this is that the strap comes off, so you can use this as a clutch at night too, if you'd like. It's a quilted vegan leather. It feels so soft, it looks so real. It really
and you can sleep on the plane too. It's like a little pillow.
flip it over, right? Just flip
Yeah.
it over. And what's great about this is that it has 7 different colors that you can choose from. So I'm sure there's something for everyone there. You can see on the screen. The red
wow,
is
the
really
red is
fun.
really chic.
Really fun. So this retails for $95, which isn't terrible, I think, for this bag anyway, but 57% off. So just $39.99, under $40. Makes a great gift. The holidays are coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
A great gift.
Buy one in every color.
Buy one in every color for everyone that you know.
Definitely. What do we have here,
so this
lover?
is great. So this is from Christian Siriano. So we all know and love Christian Siriano, makes gorgeous gowns, but he also has a home collection. So this is his throw blanket. It's a woven throw blanket. It's super soft and cozy, especially at this time of the year. You want to like wrap up and read your book or
We had a thunderstorm over the weekend.
we had
I
a
needed
hailstorm.
this.
Like, did you get we had crazy hail. Yeah, so this is great. It's super soft. It comes in either the gray, the dusty blue, or ivory. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but it has this lurex threading, so there's a little bit of shimmer in there, not
So
too
this
much.
is the glamour of Christian Siriano with the little lurex glint.
Right, but not too much, just enough. And a great host or hostess gift for the holidays. So this retails for $99.99, 65% off. So again, $34.99. Great deal.
Ka-ching, love it.
Ka-ching, hi.
Over. How are you?
How are you?
I'm excited. I don't know what this is.
I know, this is actually, you're gonna love,
Yeah?
I love this,
Okay.
so I'm hoping you're gonna love this. So this is from Zadro, and it's their luxury towel warmer. I have been using this all week. This is incredible. So what you do is you plug it in, and you pop your towels in there. It has a nice, isn't it warm?
Can I?
Right? It has a nice big bin, and what's great is that I've been putting not only towels, I've been putting my bathrobe, my pajamas before I go to sleep at night in the fall and winter. Suzanne, you would love this. This is incredible.
There's literally nothing better than getting the laundry out of the dryer. My dog Kingston climbs in a pile of towels. He would love this.
Yeah, he would love this.
Oh.
You will love it too. And it has 4 different settings, so you can just choose how long that you want it to stay on for. This is amazing.
Yep.
A great item.
Going to the beach.
Retails for $159.
Okay, that's a
but
lot.
37% off, so just $99.99.
That's a deal.
Amazing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Honey, how are you? So good to see you.
I just want to say, AJ found the scarf.
I did.
Oh, look, there it is.
There it is.
He found We've solved the mystery.
Yes,
4 days in Los Angeles that I have to get through. That's what it's for.
Yes, what is this, Melissa?
Okay, so this is from Lumina NRG, one of our favorite skincare products here at Wendy. It's their Evolution Anti-Aging Dual Face and Eye Ultrasonic Infuser. A mouthful. Okay. So let me just break it down for you and explain what this is. So this uses low sonic pulsation to allow your skin to absorb your moisturizers, your serums, your creams, like incredibly more. They say it triples absorption rate, so whatever products you use, this just totally amplifies them. There's a hot setting, which opens your pores, lets it seep in. There's a cold setting, which seals your pores, so everything just stays in. It's really incredible. It's an incredible skincare infuser. As you can see, there's 2 sides. So this is for the larger parts of your face, and the other side is for the smaller, like hard to reach under your eyes and the little crevices. Really cool product. And again, a great price for you guys. So retails for $229, but 69% off, so just $69.99. This will amplify any skincare routine you have.
And you know what? That's a much better price than a facial.
Than
This
a
is like
facial.
an at-home facial all the time.
And you exactly, whenever you
use
want, in the
this.
comfort of your own home.
Love it.
Okay. So, hi.
Hello,
Last but not least, luggage. So this is from Roberto Cavalli. We all love Roberto Cavalli. It's their classic collection 3-piece luggage set. Now, with travel restrictions finally lifted and the holidays around the corner, I think we're all going to be doing some traveling, hopefully. And why not treat yourself to some new luggage?
I mean, a lot of us have baggage. I do, so I feel like this is a perfect.
Well, now you can get 3 pieces, so you can put all your baggage in here, all your baggage. And what's great about this, it has those 360-degree spinner wheels.
It's so easy. I
hate, and especially at LaGuardia, yes, looking at you, Mayor de Blasio, when you lug through the carpet and you're trying to pull your suitcase. I don't know if you guys have that, and you're dragging and it's so hard. It's a sign you've overpacked, but that's not relevant. I love how easily these turn.
It glides really easy. It has the telescopic handles, which is the fancy word that means that they go up and down. There's 5 different colors that you can choose from. They're hard side, so it keeps everything inside nice, secure, and safe. And Rulala always gives us the most incredible deals on luggage. This is the only place you should get it. So retails for $1,385. Don't worry, someone is very upset about that out there. Don't you worry. 85% off, so just $199.99 for a set of 3.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much, Alyssa. And thank you, Rulala. Go to wendyshow.com before these bad boys sell out, and we'll be right back.
Yeah! Who wants to have a little bit of fun? Yeah? Let's play a game. It's time to race the clock. Let's meet our player. What is your name and where are you from?
Hey, AJ, I'm Savanya from Baltimore.
Savanya from Baltimore. How you doing?
How you doing?
I know it's not the same, but I tried. So you have 30 seconds to race the clock.
Okay.
Here's your question. Paul Rudd was voted People's 2021 Sexiest Man Alive. Name 4 others who held this title in the past 10 years, and go.
Idris Elba, Michael B. Jordan,
Okay.
George Clooney. No.
You got 2. You got 2.
Okay.
You got 17 seconds.
Brad Pitt,
No. Think of
Jason Simone,
the voice.
John Legend.
Okay. Whatever, let's just give her the prize. You still won a $100 gift card to True Medic. Well done. Thanks for playing. We'll be right back.
Becky from Florida is today's eye candy. Quickly tell us about your look, my love.
This is my colorful mesh dress, cute fall tights, and these comfy, cozy boots.
I love it. I love it. Thanks, Bevy. We're giving you a mini diva fan. We'll be right back.
If you want to be part of the live studio audience, go to wendyshow.com to sign up for tickets. We'll be right back.
We want to thank today's guests, and tomorrow we have the very special guest host, Bill Bellamy, will be here. We love you so much for watching today, and we will see you next time on Wendy.
Nice.